What's up, guys? Today I want to go over form. I want to touch a little bit on the suspension straps. What's good, what's bad, how to do it, what to look for, and how to make those quick corrections so that it's easier for you to make it through the progressions. So I'm going to go through 7 upper body strength training exercises done on the suspension straps and kind of take you through the progressions so that everybody can do it together. So we'll start at the top and we'll work our way down. The first one I want to demonstrate or show you is a chest exercise, is the press. So just like doing a push-up or a bench press, it's that same motion. You want your elbows high up to the side, hands coming in close to your shoulders. But one big thing you want to watch for on every suspension strap exercise is you don't want to have the floppy dolphin. You don't want to bend your waist. There's no need for that. To take the resistance off, to make it easier, you step forward. That's the same thing as taking weights off of the barbell if you're doing a bench press. That's the same thing as going through the modifications on a push-up from your toes to your knees. So when you start, get comfortable, get your feet set. Another thing you want to watch for is don't let the straps rub on your arms. You'll feel that tomorrow. So you want to keep your elbows high and your hands high enough to where they come straight out to the side. Straps are off my arms. Going through the motion nice and smooth, just like I would if I was doing a bench press with a bar, a press with dumbbells on the floor, or doing a push-up. It's the exact same thing. The only difference is now I have my core engaged, my abs are working, my lower back's working. And especially since I'm not breaking my waist, all the weight stays there. But if I push my butt back, now all the weight's back. Now my core is not in it. So for that, take a little step forward in only 6-inch increments, just little steps, little adjustments. Press right back up. But then the same thing to add resistance, to add weight to the bench press. Take a step back, but always want to keep that form. Never break form. Waist is always straight. Arms are controlled. It's not rubbing on my arms. To make it even harder, if you're real advanced, same thing. Waist is straight, controlled. And the most hard, the most difficult, straight up and down. Lots of stability. Abs are tight, waist is still straight. That's the first exercise that we want to master. The main one is going to be the chest press. Now the second one is a chest fly. It's going to be a similar motion to the press, but it's going to work that chest muscle a little different. So it's going to be the same thing if you were laying on a bench doing a dumbbell fly, or if you have a cable machine, if you were doing flies with the cables. You're going to want to adjust the same way and watch for the same cues. Don't break your waist, no floppy dolphin. Keep your abs tight, back flat. Try and suck your stomach into your spine. Keep that tight the whole time. If that's tight, you can't bend. But this one, you want to have your palms facing each other, elbows slightly bent. Same, lower down smooth, but you get that big wide stretch. Come back up and squeeze. I got about a foot in between my hands right here. You want to keep it out there so the pressure is always on your chest muscles. When you come in from here to here, you get that last foot. That's just all relaxed. Your body's holding that up. But if you go from here, big stretch, big squeeze, abs are tight, back's flat, right there, go back out again. It's constant pressure the whole time. Never breaking my waist. If I need to adjust to make it easier, I step forward. Anybody can do it. You, me, my mom, and my grandma can all do it at the same time. If I want to make it harder, if I'm a little more advanced, I take a big step back, big stretch down, big fly, lots of stability, lots of core muscles. That's going to be the chest fly. So remember, it's different. Watch for it. Watch your cues. Make sure your abs are tight, your back's flat, your body's straight, and slightly bent elbows at the top. If you come out and you're doing the fly and your arms are totally straight, then it could bend backwards. But if it's here locked in, muscles are tight, muscles working, core is working, chest is working, that's what we want to see out of it. So we covered the main 2 chest exercises. Now we'll flip it around. We'll go into some back exercises. I want to cover 2. I want to go over high rows and a low row. So come on over. And we're gonna watch for the same cues always with every exercise. The same starting and ending position. Abs tight, back flat, waist isn't bent. Don't row up and push your hips forward. Don't stay down, and that's a different exercise. So always keep it tight. This one I want to start with my palms down. I'm going to do a high row, so I'm pulling my elbows high, lower back down smooth. Always keeping the straps tight. Don't yank up and let them get floppy, because if they're floppy, there's no resistance. Your muscles aren't working, you're just standing up. But if the straps are always tight, you're always leaning back, you always have constant tension on the muscles. Now the same thing with this. If you see yourself pushing your hips forward, you probably need to make it a little easier. So you don't need to stop. Just seamlessly keep going, step back a little bit. Remember that 6-inch step will make a big adjustment. Same thing if that gets too easy, take a step in, but don't stop, keep working through it. That's one of the nice things about this. You can make a transition, you can change the weight, you can change the resistance without breaking your exercise, without breaking your form, without taking a break in the middle of your set. You can step all the way in, really dig your heels in, so no matter how advanced you are, we can all do it together. The whole time my waist is straight, elbows are high, nice and smooth. So that's the high row. Now we'll go into a low row. There's a lot of different variations with this. You could have your palms up, palms facing each other. You could pull in real low, a little higher. But for what we're going to do a low row with your palms up. So your same starting position. This time palms are to the roof. Abs are tight, back straight, suck your stomach in, keep it tight. This time I want you to pull your hands down to your belly button. Big squeeze. So with the high row, we're working more of the upper back, more of the shoulders. Now we're pulling down low, squeezing into the middle of your back, squeezing your lower lats. My shoulders are still burning, my arms are still working. I got my grip strength, and my abs and my back are flexed and they're tight. Nice and smooth up, same thing, never letting the straps get loose. Nice and smooth down. Always to make a transition or a modification. Don't need to break my set. Nice and smooth. So those are our two main back exercises with the suspension strap trainers. So today we're covering 7 awesome upper body exercises. So we did 2 for the chest. We did 2 for your back, upper and lower. We can transition right from that low row into a high bicep curl. To do that, you're going to want to step back a little bit, take some resistance off. Your back muscles are really big. Your biceps are much smaller. So you don't need as much weight, you don't need as much resistance. But this time, same with your palms up. Pull your body forward, knuckles to your forehead, elbows are high, straight out, nice and smooth. So my body is still straight, not breaking the hips. Take a step in to make it a little harder. Hands are high, elbows are high, nice and controlled, always keeping the straps tight. Try not to come out and take a break. It's okay if you need to take a break, take a break. But if you want to work, keep some tension on the muscles. Come all the way up to where you're almost perfectly straight. Back in, big squeeze to your forehead. Nice and smooth in, nice and smooth out. Same to make the modifications or take weight or resistance off. Step back a little bit. Once you start getting tired at the end of your set, that's okay. Step back a little bit and keep going. So that's going to be the main bicep exercise. All right, so we did the biceps. Now let's flip around and do triceps. This is going to be one of the more tricky exercises to master on the suspension straps. I like to come out with my hands out straight. And kind of like the biceps, keep your elbows in the same place, elbows high, hands high. Lean into it, hands to your forehead, and push back out straight. Lean into it, hands to your forehead, push back out straight. Now this one especially, you're going to want to break your waist. You're going to want to stick your butt out because that's pushing a lot of the resistance back. But that takes your core out of it. To make it easier, step forward. Same thing, hands to your forehead, push back out straight. The whole time you're concentrating on the back arm, on the tricep. Bend and push. Abs are tight, body straight, back flat. Nice and smooth in, nice and smooth out. To make it a little tougher, step back a little bit. Nice and smooth in, nice and smooth out. Straight in, straight out. So the transition between them is nice and smooth, nice and easy, focusing on my abs, focusing on the muscle group we're working, which right now is your triceps or in the back of your arms. So the last one I want to show you on the suspension straps to round out the upper body, really get those abs working, get your core engaged, is just a plank. So to do this, there's two ways to do it. Use the loops on the bottom of the handles. You can either put one foot through both of the loops or separate them, which is a little harder to get into, and put one foot in each loop. For this one, just to show you the easier version, I'm going to put one foot in the loop, flip over, drop down into my plank position, hold both of my feet up off the floor. Same thing here. Body's perfectly straight, abs are tight, sucking my stomach into my spine, my legs are flexed, my thighs are burning, and then rest. So that right there is 7 exercises that you can transition through very quickly to get a full body, well-rounded upper body workout that you can do anywhere. Anyone can do it. Big, little, old, young, in shape, out of shape, experienced, inexperienced. It doesn't matter. When you do it correctly and you go through the steps, you'll get there. As always, if you need anything at all, comment below, send me a message on Facebook, let me know how I can help.